Remember, Preston Stone got hurt. Kevin Jennings getting his first start. He gets stripped by Tulane's Devine Deal.
Michael Pratt would do the honors here, getting in from 1 yard. That's a heck of a way to start a game for the Green Wave. But here comes SMU, undaunted. Jalen Knighton gets in from 6 yards right there to tie this thing up. And then it's Jennings in his first start, 17-yard touchdown pass to Hayshawn Smith, 14-7 SMU.
Liberty or Tulane at this point, right? Liberty was already ranked. Undefeated season completed last night with their conference championship game.
First ever FBS conference title for the Liberty Flames. Had an outstanding year with a new head coach, Jamie Chadwell. And yet, SMU might be helping them out a little bit.
It's incredible. Liberty is absolutely in the corner of those ponies.
It was amazing, that performance last night, including that final touchdown by Caden Salter. That'll do it for now, though. The second half of the SEC championship game is coming up.
CBS Sports presents the Geico Halftime Report. For all your insurance needs, it's easy to Geico.
Type 2 diabetes?
Discover the Ozempic Trizone. Ozempic. I got the power of 3. I lowered my A1C, CV risk, and lost some weight.
In studies, the majority of people reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it.
I'm under 7.
Ozempic lowers the risk of major cardiovascular events such as stroke, heart attack, or death in adults also with known heart disease.
I'm lowering my risk.
Adults lost up to 14 pounds.
I lost some weight.
Ozempic isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't share needles or pens or reuse needles. Don't take Ozempic if you or your family ever had medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2 or are allergic to it. Stop Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Gallbladder problems may occur. Tell your provider about vision problems or changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea or insulin may increase low blood sugar risk. Side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems. Living with type 2 diabetes?
Ask about the power of 3 with Ozempic.
How does Taco Bell not have a breakfast taco already? You have all the ingredients. Fluffy eggs, melty cheese, savory sausage. What's simpler than a taco? The all-new toasted breakfast taco. Simple and tasty. I did that. I made that happen.
Ram knows everyone celebrates the holidays differently. That's why we make trucks for all of them, like those with holiday spirit and those with not so much. For people who love the cold and people who don't. We make trucks for good Samaritans, good neighbors, and even people covered in tree sap. Whatever life you live this holiday, Ram has a truck for you.
Holy cannoli, look at this. It's like a science project.
Ordering lunch. Easy for you and me, but can be so difficult for a young homeowner turning into their parents.
Are those all different lettuces?
Yes, sir. Brown rice, white rice, or quinoa.
We're gonna need a minute.
Do you have any food allergies? Well, my teeth are sensitive to cold.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
That'll be $19.45. Oh, I'm just paying for my own salad.
I'm about to show you how we make a Shaq-a-Roni pizza.
Bust it.
Stretch out that fresh
We
dough.
created Shaq-a-Roni my way. An extra large pizza topped with extra cheese and extra pepperoni. And right now, for a limited time, get free delivery with a minimum purchase. Only at Papa John's.
The Bulldogs and the Crimson Tide just about set to start the third quarter from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. And the SEC Championship on CBS, presented by Dr. Pepper, with Alabama in front. 17-7 is the score. We welcome you back. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Gene Steratore, and the reason Gino's in the middle of us right now. We're going to go back to a 4th down and 4 late in the second quarter. The pass that was a 22-yard gain to Isaiah Bond, and this is the play under question here.
Yeah, and it's a really tight play, Brad. And look, in these situations, 4th and 4, clock's running. You see live action. Replay officials are no different, really, guys, than officials on the field. In those situations with clocks running and things moving so fast, team coming up to snap the football, a replay official has to feel in real time that there's a potential that this may be something that it doesn't appear.
And so in your opinion, Gene, to cut to the chase here,
yes,
they
he should have stopped the game and looked more closely than what he did.
That's my opinion, Gary. Yes, I think you stop game at that point prior to that snap. You then slow this down. You take all the angles we give you.
Is it just his? Because I reacted live.
You said,
yeah.
Well, maybe not.
I know.
And I was hurt
just
enough.
his hands, or could he have held it with his arm? Does that count?
But in my opinion here, when you have possession this way, as you're going to the ground, if that football hits the ground and moves in any way, then in my opinion, the football has aided you in the process of finalizing the catch.
It's a 10-point play.
It's a huge
it
play.
could have been 7
yes.
that Georgia gets, and Alabama gets, and Georgia would have got the ball potential for a field goal.
Exactly.
No question. And that's why I think you stopped the game, guys.
You got it. Thank you, Gene.
Thanks, Gene. So we spent most of our halftime talking about that. The three of us and Craig Silver in the truck.
And I wanted to watch the Dr. Pepper thing.
And you missed it. You just said, did they already throw it? And I said, Andrew won $100,000. So here we go. Second half. Georgia gets the ball first. And they'll let it go. Georgia's first drive went 83 yards. Their last 4 possessions, only 60. Jenny.
Yeah, Nick Saban was pleased with the way his team settled in the second quarter. He reminded his team at the half, this Georgia squad had won 29 games in a row coming into today. They know how to win, and they know how to finish. He said, we need to prove that we know how to finish. Offensively, he's pleased with the way they're moving the ball, but they need to eliminate negative plays. Guys, coach said we need to play Alabama football, focus on passion, energy, and execution.
All right, well, they did in the first half, despite their first 2 drives being 3 and outs. Then it was field goal, touchdown, touchdown. Now let's see if Georgia can come up with an early third quarter answer. Screen pass to Brock Bowers. And brought down after a short game by Jihad Campbell.
In my eyes, and Brad, you know him as well as I do, Brock is playing. He does not look as quick as he normally does. 75% maybe?
Yeah, right around in there. And now Ladd McConkey probably out with that ankle. And that takes away 2 huge weapons.
McConkey's back in the game. Ladd's in there.
All right. Well, he must have gotten retaped and everything else. He's part of that 3 receivers to the right. And now one of them, Dylan Bell, comes back to the near side on 2nd down and 7. Dejon Edwards tried to get wide. Finally did late. And then knocked his own man, Marcus Rosemy-Jackson, out of bounds right into Nick Saban.
This is the story of Dejon Edwards all year against everybody. Everybody misjudges the way he runs at his speed. He looks like he's cruising. Everyone takes the wrong angle, and he runs through those arm tackles.
So Georgia with an opening first down to the 37-yard line. McConkey down to the bottom of your screen. Let's see if he will be any kind of factor in this second half. Carson Beck throws out. Rosemy-Jackson, maybe a 2-yard gain before he's mauled over there.
Great defense by that Alabama defense. He wanted to go fake screen wheel. It was covered.
First half game trends. Jalen Milroe started to heat up once he started using his legs. His arm warmed up, if that makes sense. Carson Beck, 7 different guys.
Yeah, and McConkey, Ladd McConkey's really struggling. He's out there, but he limped off coming off the field again.
Alabama converted when they had to, including that 4th and 4 and that 22-yard controversial play that we just talked about a couple of minutes ago. That's Bowers on the move. Beck throws right side, but it's going to be Rosemy-Jackson. And, oh, boy, at the last second, he almost got the first down, but he's short. It's 4th and 1.
3rd down.
Third and 1.
Yep.
AT&T pylon cam shows that he struggled and just still a yard shy.
Very good route against Terry and Arnold that time. That's how you have to run him. Go up the stem, come back down. These 2 elite corners for Alabama, both we drafted in the 1st round.
Let's see if it's Dejon Edwards' time or it's a quarterback sneak. It's a pitch. Edwards. Great penetration by Alabama, and they stop it.
We just talked about Terry and Arnold. One of the things that the Alabama secondary does, both of the quarterbacks, McKinstry.
Don't see the football hit the ground here. He's falling here with possession, as we all can see. There's nothing there that shows me he lost control of that play, guys.
He had his right hand and his left hand on it the whole time. Unlike the one you pointed out a little bit
At least in this instance, they stopped it to look at it.
Yes.
Put it that way.
Well,
there's a really good look there, too, guys. I thought that was a very good look.
I don't know if that's going to make up for the other one right now, but let's just call it that they replayed it and they looked and they felt the other one was a catch. Nothing Georgia can do about it. They're all signaling catch. The other one, they just got to play forward, right? They can't think about the last one.
It's a 51-yard pass play.
First explosive play of the game. I was looking at the stats during the commercial. Nothing big. Yeah, 20-yarders, 30-yarders, but nothing huge like this play.
And you can't tell in a situation like this if it's the Georgia fans that are booing or the Alabama fans that are booing, because it's kind of split down the middle here. Here's a call.
After video review, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, now it's cheers, and we know that's Georgia's fan. So they spotted at the 19 after this catch.
And the criticism that Gene had, I think, is legit about not stopping it before. I mean, the other play was a much closer play than this one.
Yeah. Well, Georgia's in the red zone. After sputtering on their last 5 drives, they light it up with that one. And a first down at the 19-yard line. Up to the line quickly. Here's a toss. Kendall Milton almost got face masked by Dallas Turner. Picked up about 4. And Milton's going, hey, he got my face mask. How about a call? And he's right.
I think Mike Bobo will see that fake jet to Dylan Bell. I think he'll come back and look at, and that's Kool-Aid McKinstry down.
And Turner came out holding his hip,
Turner, too.
Yep. 2 guys on one play.
2 for 1.
Kool-Aid McKinstry, their all-conference corner, and Dallas Turner, who I think got away with a face mask on the tackle, gets the worst of it from Kendall Milton.
He actually, as he had his knee down, he got hit by the ball carrier, basically.
2 tied defenders down.
This thing is making me get an ice bath again.
What do you mean? These straps are mind-blowing. They collect hundreds of data points like HRV and REM sleep, so you know all you need for recovery.
And you are?
I'm an investor in Invesco QQQ, a fund that gives me access to NASDAQ 100 innovations like wearable training, optimization tech.
How long you?
I'm done.
Become an agent of innovation with Invesco QQQ.
I'm okay.
Before investing, carefully read and consider fund objectives, risk, charges, expenses, and more in prospectus at Invesco.com.
Welcome to the Sonic Burgerverse.
Burgerverse!
It's like a universe, but with 2 new cheeseburgers. So cheesy. Bold hickory barbecue.
Tangy.
Garlic butter bacon.
It's back.
The possibilities are infinite. Cheeseburger. The new cheeseburger lineup at Sonic.
All I do is work. All I do is work.
Who do you think taps out first?
I think the duck goes the distance.
All right, you about ready to get out? What's this? A hospital bill for $1,000? Did this guy just say Gap?
He's talking about expenses health insurance doesn't cover.
But with Aflac, you can get money to help close that gap.
Aflac, huh? Aflac! Okay.
Oh, duck 1, go 0.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover at Aflac.com.
You want a race? For real?
CBS Tuesday. It's the Fools. #1 new series.
One team, one dream, y'all.
NCIS!
Welcome to Australia.
It has got a certain ring to it.
A new NCIS Sydney, Tuesday, 8/7 Central on CBS.
A lot happened on that last play. Kool-Aid McKinstry, one of the 2 tied players, injured. He's going in the 10th.
And I think Mike Bobo, offensive coordinator, is also going to see a possibility that he will file away for later if the ball would have been handed off to Dylan Bell. Watch out for Bobo coming back to that later in the game. You know, if I saw it, he saw it.
But Trey Amos comes in for Kool-Aid McKinstry. There's Mike. Dallas Turner is back in there after kind of hurting his hip on that tackle. And it's 2nd down and 7 for Georgia. Play action. Beck to the end zone. Not quite. Bowers has it tipped away by the guy that just came in for Kool-Aid.
Yeah, they attacked the new player on the field, NFL-ish. That's what you do. You go after. Trey Amos is on the field, matching up. They both turn around. Boy, that is really good phase and good work by Amos that time.
No doubt. Now it makes it 3rd down and 7.
That's one of those, as a quarterback, you'll throw that 50-50 ball to number 19 and live with the results.
Georgia's in field goal range, but they don't want that if they can help it. They're looking for 7 here at the 9-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. Dominic Lovett settles in the slot. Carson Beck looks one way, in trouble. Throws on the run, into traffic, almost picked off.
Fortunate on that one, wasn't he?
Bowers was the intended receiver, and Christian Story was the guy that almost had it, and Bowers now is kind of limping off again.
Yes, Bowers goes inside on the play, and then when he sees his quarterback run to the outside, nice undercut by Story on this play. Stays in phase, looks at the quarterback, and then undercuts. Should have had it. You catch that ball. That saves 3 points.
Well, they're going to go for 3 points. Low snap again. Milroe has to throw quickly and got it complete to Burton, and he's got a 1st down.
Corner blitz, but it came a little bit. Kamari Lassiter that time comes from the corner. Watch him. It takes too long to get there. Milroe sees it late. No one blocks him. He's still able to get the 10-yard pass off.
In front of Malachi Starks right there with a nice grab by Burton.
You get a free rusher, and they don't get there in time.
Milroe less than 50% completion, but 2 big touchdowns. The toss to Jam Miller. Miller with blockers in front. Dropped by Malachi Starks.
Remember, when that running game started going for Alabama, it started off after a Jalen Milroe run.
Yeah.
They have not called another one of those rushing attacks where it's just a designed, pull the guards, power runs for Jalen Milroe.
Rushing yards relatively even between these two teams. And the quarterback numbers on the plus side for Milroe with those 2 touchdowns. Here's an end around. And is it a horse collar or not? Nope. Yes, it is.
He threw it. The question
Xavier Story.
The question I got for Gene is, did he get his hands in front of the shoulder pads?
Well, you know what, Gary? The left hand is on the outside of the shoulder pad. I'm looking at the right hand.
Is that outside?
It's really, really close. That left hand looks like it's on top to me, though, guys.
Personal foul. Horse collar tackle. Automatic 1st down.
Let's see. One more look.
No, I'm good with it, Gary. You look at the right hand. It's inside the collar. On the last look we got, you see the right hand. It's in that collar, and it's abrupt. I agree with the call.
Okay.
Kirby Smart does not.
Kirby will meet you after the game to talk to you about that.
Kendrick Law was the ball carrier.
I thought he was on top of the shoulder pads, but just different ways to look at it.
Line of scrimmage at 41 now. 1st and 10. Cordell Williams with a head of steam. Nice run.
Again, that time penetration by that Georgia defensive line ended up creating a gash in that wall up front. Ran right by it. I think that time it was Logue again, number 96, Zion Logue, and he got right by him.
Got 6 as we approach 6 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The Tide in dog territory at the 33-yard line. 2nd down and 4. Law joins the backfield.
Whoa.
And a low snap.
One of those plays again.
Milroe going to go to the corner to the end zone. Burton almost one-handed it. Incomplete as Dalen Everett was covering.
It appeared that he was surprised again by the snap here. Did it come early or just low? Yeah, it was early. I don't even think the offensive line knew it was coming. throw it deep in those situations.
Been
right?
a problem all year long for Alabama. Stray snaps, snaps that don't come when you want them to, and some that do before you're ready. Seth McLaughlin's been playing center a long time, but he's an undersized center, and he's always thinking about somebody like Nazir Stackhouse in his face.
Kirby, this defense will come after him. They do with 5.
Milroe, this time they get to him.
They're in field goal range.
Hey, Milroe doesn't think he was down. And I don't know if I heard a whistle or not.
The referee called him down. He's signaling 4th down.
All right, let's look again.
Rolling on the field as the quarterback was ruled down.
He might not bet it. There's nothing you can do about this, right, Gene? He's been called down. Even if he wasn't, the play is dead.
You're right, Gary. Absolutely right. I was looking at the right shin. If you look at that look, great angle by our camera. Look at Milroe's right shin right there.
It's down.
You see the shin and the calf down. It's a good call. Down by contact, guys.
You got better eyes than I do.
Well, they look for those shins. That's you got it. It's almost the back of the shin. It was like his calf muscle.
So it was a sack. It was a loss of 11. Milroe still not buying it.
Again, the aggressive defensive call. Georgia knew they were in field goal range. You knew they were going to blitz, and they came free.
So Alabama's got to give it up. Burn it to punt.
10 men out there for Alabama. No real big hurry here. Whether you punt from the 45 or the 55, it's immaterial.
Still going to have time, I think.
Yes.
Just a 10. Muse waits for Georgia back around the 10-yard line. Burnham's kick. He's got to take the fair catch, but it's way back at the 5. Tough decision there. He was in no man's land. Do I catch this? Do I let it bounce and maybe it gets to the 1? All that's running through his mind, I'm sure. But that sack definitely helped the cause for the Georgia defense.
Jalen Walker, one of those speed guys off the edge, and he came free.
Carson Beck, last possession, might have hurt his hand. Jenny?
Well, it looks like Carson Beck might have hurt a finger, but I've been over here on the Georgia sideline. No trainers have come over to him, and he is back in the game, but something to keep an eye on, guys.
It's not on his throwing hand, which is good news, but it's maybe very uncomfortable. First down, Georgia from the 6-yard line. And still the 6-yard line, maybe the 5, might have been a loss of a yard. Caleb Downs with a tackle. Boy, what a freshman he has been.
Leading tackler on the team, has played more snaps than anybody on the Alabama football team this year.
Georgia got a field goal on their last drive, their first points since that opening 83-yard march that just looked like they were going to go run away and hide.
I don't see Kool-Aid McKinstry back in the game, by the way.
Jenny just confirmed to us that he's out. 2nd and 10 in the shotgun from the goal line, an empty backfield. Back out to Ladd McConkey. Got it to maybe the 12-yard line. And I bet he's going to be slow getting up again. And he is. He's not 100%. He's not even close. Tresman Marshall, one of his own teammates from Athens, made the tackle.
And one guy's hurt catching the ball. The other guy's hurt blocking for the guy who's hurt.
Yep.
And he got spilled on from behind, did Brock Bowers.
3rd down and 3. Don't want to do anything crazy here. A punt wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
Well, I think they need a first down badly. Doesn't it feel like that?
Yes. Back into some traffic, and he tucked it in there.
Beautiful throw. And
Dylan Bell.
Yeah, one of those emerging players that became more of a go-to guy with the injuries outside. Good coverage. Terrion Arnold was all over him, but the ball is thrown low and accurately, and that's the advantage of running that slant pay. Just get in front of him, and a good quarterback will handle it.
Now false start on Bowers.
False start. Offense. Number 19. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Got to think with the bad leg and the bad ankle that he's just overthinking everything. He's trying so hard.
Well, and remember in this game 2 years ago when they played Alabama, he had 15 targets and 10 catches in this game. 1 touchdown, 8 of them went for first downs. He was the go-to player in that game.
Season high tying 6th penalty against the Dogs. 1st and 15 now. Rosalie Jack Saint will come in and join the group in tight. They're going to come with the end around, and the ball is out. I think Georgia, no, Alabama's got it. Tresman Marshall.
Carson Beck thought Dylan Bell had the ball. Watch when he goes for the handoff, he just lets it lay there. He has no idea it's on the ground. Fancy ball handling. Come around, fake. Watch when he hands it off, he just pretends like he's got it already. They didn't.
And then it looked momentarily like Fairchild had covered it right there, but no. Tresman Marshall, a former Dog, with the big gift for the Tide.
We talked about it before the game. Would it be a big mistake or a big play that could cause the difference in this game?
There's a mistake.
There's a mistake. We'll see if this is the story of the game.
First turnover of the ball game, and a huge one in scoring position at the 11-yard line already.
Another one.
Jam Miller spins his way for about 3.
Of course, Jam Miller is in there getting plays because Jace McClellan is not.
McClellan out for the game. Didn't even dress. Miller's been his replacement along with Roydell Williams. There's Glenn Schumann, the defensive coordinator, right next to the head coach.
Now you wonder if you use Milroe in the running game down here. How do you use number 4 in the red zone?
They can get a first down, the Tide at the 1-yard line. And it is Milroe running. Blockers in front, but not good enough. And he's run out of bounds for a loss. So Gary called it, but the play didn't net them anything.
Pretty sure they didn't hear me, but they defended it perfectly. You know, on that hit chart for this Georgia defense, red zone, look for number 4, and they did a good job of defending it.
This is the biggest play for the Georgia defense. They try to force a field goal attempt out of that turnover. Carson Beck can only look on and hope his defense comes up with a stop on 3rd down and 9 in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Milroe. Somebody's in his face as he lets it go, and Burton, did he catch it?
Nope.
Close. Tried to kind of cuddle it on his lap.
Georgia went with the 2 spies again up front. Burton was open, but the ball was slightly underthrown. Watch the 2 spies. Right here, right here.
Carson Beck in trouble, runs into his own lineman and goes down. Justin Aboigbe's got him.
Yeah, again, just enough coverage in the back end that allowed the Alabama pass rush